A very good morning, students. Today we are going to do the poem, A Thing of Beauty. By discovering nature, you can discover yourself. The poem, A Thing of Beauty, is written by John Keats, who was a great worshipper and lover of nature. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams, and health and quiet breathing. The poet says that a thing of beauty gives us an everlasting joy because it leaves an indelible. Indelible means the thing which cannot be erased or removed. So it leaves an indelible imprint on our mind. Its loveliness increases means its loveliness never fades away from our imagination. Rather, it increases every time we think about it. It never passes into nothingness because it always remains fresh in our memories. It provides bower to us. Bower is a shady haunt, a shelter, shady shelter. It provides bower to us where we can enjoy a sweet sleep filled with lovely dreams. It can gives us health of the body and peace of the mind. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways, made for us searching. So, the poet here says that it is the beauty alone that inspires us to keep on going on this earth. A beauty is a flowery band that binds us to the earth. So every morning we read a flowery band. There is so much of grief in the world, spite of despondence. That means there is so much of grief in the world. The man in his various stages of life suffers from sadness, depression, and dejection. Of noble natures means there are very few people who have noble hearts. Our days become gloomy. Our days become sad when we get deceived or deceived by the people in society. Due to mysterious happenings, a man faces miseries in life, trials and tribulations in life, and he has to cross the tunnels, the dark tunnels, to face the light on the other side. So, when we are deceived or deceived by anyone in the society, we have to suffer so much because of that. And then, we become sad. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the power from our dark spirits. But in spite of all means in spite of all this sadness, in spite of all means all these summaries, miseries in life. And in spite of all these beautiful objects, some shape of beauty means some beautiful objects of beauty inspires the human to live on this earth and takes away all the gloom or sadness from our hearts, from our dark spirits means this thing of beauty removes all the sadness from our hearts. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make against the hot season, the mid-forest brake, rich with sprinkling of fair musk-rose blooms. Now, I told you the poet is talking about the beauty. Which beauty he is talking about? So, the poet talks about the beautiful objects of the earth, like sun and moon, which gives us, light and brightness. The trees, whether young or old, gives us the blessings of shade. They are protecting us from heat and rain. Then the poet talks about the sheep, the innocence, of sheep. Actually, by talking about sheep, he is talking about the divine beauty of Christ, as Christ was a shepherd and was always surrounded by the flock of sheep. Now, he says, such are daffodils. There are also lovely daffodils. Daffodils are basically flowers of light yellow color, with all the green world in which they live. There are clear rills and streams, nadiyan and jharne, which are natural source of water. These rivers and clear rills and streams are the natural sources of water. In the hot season, when we look at these, rills, rivers, they gives us cooling effect and also are necessary for survival of life. The beauty also lies in the thick forest where musk-rose blooms here and there. So, in this paragraph, the poet talks about the beauty of the, different objects that are created by God. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from the heaven's brink. The poet says that growth and decay in life goes hand in hand. The beauty not only lies in the growth but also in the death, grandeur of the dooms. The poet says that, there is beauty which lies in the death of those powerful men who embraced their death heroically. They have faced the death heroically, and these mighty people will be rewarded by the God on the day of the judgment. There are also lovely tales or stories of olden days of those people that we have heard from our elders or we have read ourselves. An endless fountain of immortal drink. Now here the poet called all these beauty of nature as an endless fountain. As an endless fountain of immortal drink that the heaven itself is pouring down on us. Right? In other words, this means that God himself has created these beautiful things for us so that we can derive joy and happiness from them during our life on this earth. Now basically, in spite of all the sadness, all the gloom in our life, these beautiful objects, they inspire us to live our life. That's why, we keep ourselves connected to these beautiful objects. So, in the end, I would like to say, love the nature as your own self. Then you can truly care for all the things in life. Thank you. That's all for today.